I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my Music Theory Tuition series where I work with you step by step through the ABRSM Discovering Music Theory grades. I'll work through every single exercise and explain everything you need to know. You can access information about the books I have available to help you on my website. Go to sharonbill.com. For advert-free and longer lessons, you can become a patron at patreon.com/SharonBill. If you can give me a like, that would be super, and please do subscribe to my channel to stay updated. You can support this channel by buying me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/SharonBill. Let's make a start on the Grade 2 Discovering Music Theory workbook. Do remember that this builds upon everything that you've learned so far in Grade 1, so make sure that you've had a work through the Grade 1 workbook and just perhaps have a quick skim through and recap some of the information in Grade 1, and then the Grade 2 is now going to add on to that, so it builds up accumulatively. So let's turn into the booklet, and I do suggest that you have a read through all of the preliminary information and on the introduction page, but we're going to move straight on now to pitch. So that's chapter 1, page 1 of the Grade 2 Discovering Music Theory workbook. And now we're going to progress beyond just one ledger line, and we're going to be shifting between treble and bass clef. It's worth just having a little look here, and you've always got this little chart here of all of the notes off the stave, because bear in mind this stave, these 5 lines, only give us a certain section of notes. We're going to need a wider range, and so we have to extend like extension rungs on a ladder, and we step up the ladder and we keep building, or we step down and we just keep extending down or extending up as we need to create the music that we want to write. It's worth noticing that the middle C acts as a great reference point, and if you remember that middle C, if you imagine on a piano keyboard you meet in the middle, and so from middle C upwards tends to be treble clef, and middle C downwards tends to be bass clef, but we can overlap to a point. But the reason we have these two clefs is that if we didn't have, for example, the bass clef and the treble clef just getting lower, 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 we'd have way too many ledger lines. It would be impossible to read. And the same goes for if we only had bass clef and we kept on extending higher and higher and higher, it would just have way too many ledger lines and it would be impossible to read. But it's good to imagine that middle C is where we meet. So it's at the bottom of the treble, the top of the bass, and that is always going to be our reference point to keep our pitch accurate. And so we have the stave of 5 lines and spaces in between in the treble clef and also in the bass clef. And then we're going to extend beyond that, and it's worth just thinking, how can we figure out what these ledger lines are? And the more we read them, we get used to kind of reading them quickly, but until we've got used to them, we just have to work it out. And so there are a couple of ways that we can do that. The easiest is to just start with a note that we know and then count upwards, counting every line, space, and so on. So we know that the lines in the treble clef are every good boy deserves football. So that top line is F. So if the line is F, the space is G, and then we have A, and we keep stepping upwards. And so we know that this bottom line is E. So the space is D, C, B, A, and counting backwards in step. Let's do that in the bass clef. So we, of course, know that middle C is at the top of the bass, so we could work it from there. But if you got a bit confused or you just wanted to double check, we know that the lines are good boys deserve football always. That's an A. So if A is the line, B is the space, there is the middle C, D counting upwards. And so if we know that this is a G, stepping backwards, if the line is G, then we have F as the space, then we have E, and counting backwards. Remember, it's tricky counting backwards because remember that the notes of the pitch go A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And so counting backwards is a little bit tricky. So you might want to just draw yourself a quick piano keyboard, and then it's easy to count backwards. A, G, F, E, D, C. It just gets a little bit confusing when you get to the end of the progression and you have to start again when you're counting backwards. However, let's have a go. So I suggest that you try exercise 1 without looking at this reference chart here. First of all, just try and work it out for yourself, and then you can always just check the answers above. So maybe, or if you're not quite sure, you could perhaps work through the first line with me and then press pause, try some on your own. It's always better to try on your own. It's always better to learn by your mistakes. Always work in pencil, and you can just erase it out if you make some mistakes. It's much better to learn that way. You learn much more actively rather than just by passively copying. So here we're in the treble clef. So if this is every good boy deserves football, that's F, G, A. And so here in the bass clef, we know it's good boys deserve football. So G, F, E. So there we have an E. Now here we can either think, well, if this is middle C, this is one below that, but if we get a bit confused which one's which, we can start a bit further up. We know that this is an E, every good boy, so E, D, C, B. And again, if this is middle C here, then one above C is D. Alternatively, if you're not quite sure, we can think, well, we know it's good boys deserve football always. A, B, C, D. And so now you get the hang of perhaps how to go about this. Do press pause and have a go on your own. So I'm hoping that you've had a go of the rest of these. Let's check these through together. Of course, you can always just refer back to here as well. But if you want to just check through with me to make sure you're following the procedure. The important thing is to make sure you get the correct clef. So just keep your eyes peeled because that's going to keep changing. So if this is middle C, or we could think E, D, C, B, A, G, counting backwards. Alternatively, an extra double check that you can do is you could think, well, I don't know what this is, but I'm going to count an octave up. So you could think 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So long as you remember to count the given note as 1. And we know that's a G, every good, an octave lower. So you could do it that way as well to help. So if this is an A, good boys deserve football always, A, B, C, there's middle C, D, E, F. Now here in the treble clef, so we could either start from this note F, F, G, A, B, C, counting line, space, line, or we could count down an octave, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which takes us to here. The spacey spell face, F, A, C, so we know it's C, an octave higher. So if this is a G, G, F, E, D, C. Oh, I haven't written that one. So there's C, and then here is also C. Or if you want to be doubly sure, let's count the octave up. 1, counting the given note as 1, line, space, line, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That takes us to all cows, egress all cows, C, an octave higher. So working in the same way, let's finish this last line. So if this is an E, D, C, there's our middle C at the bottom of the treble, B, A. Notice that we always use capital letters as well. And then let's double check by counting the octave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The spacey spell face in the treble clef, F, A, an octave higher. Here, that's middle C, so one above middle C is D. Or we could think, good boys deserve football always, A, B, C, D. Or you could just count your octave lower, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good boys deserve with an octave difference. Now then, if this is an F, F, G, A, B, C, D, or you could count down the octave, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, takes us to there. Every good boy deserves an octave higher. And then finally in the bass clef, if this is middle C, the space is D, and then the next one is E. Or we could think, well, that's an A, good boys deserve football, always A, B, C, D, E. Or count down the octave, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All cows eat, an octave higher. Now notice we've got lots and lots of the same letter name repeated. There's a D there, a D there, a D there, but they're all different pitches. For example, this pitch is different than this pitch, or this C and this C of different pitches, even though they're given the same name. Because it goes A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, we can see that we've got that same letter name, for example C, repeated many times up the range of the instrument, whichever instrument you're playing. It's the same letter name, but it's not the same pitch because we have an octave higher. An octave higher, it gives a very different sound. It's a different pitch, an octave apart, just given the same letter name. I hope this is helpful to your studies. Please do like and subscribe to stay updated. If you'd like to support this channel, you can buy me a coffee, and for advert-free lessons, you can become a patron. Do visit my website where you'll find many resources available to help you. Visit sharonbill.com. Thanks for watching. Bye.